And you are live and rolling.
Hi, everybody. This is so different than I'm used to.
Hello.
Hi, Doug. I can't see Doug because we have all these 3 computers going on right now, and this is like a big deal. I almost had a panic attack when my husband was trying to show me how to do this webinar jam thing. Because
No.
he does all the movements and stuff. So tonight I'm going to do the best I can. We've got people from Tokyo, from Brazil, from Alabama, from California, from where else? Hi, Colette and Doug. Yeah, that's Minnesota. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan is in the house. Long Island. Stacy MN means, like, I think. Monterey, California. Charlottesville, Virginia.
And
Yay.
there's close to 500 people on here.
Mexico. Wow. There's close to
Wow.
Series full moon. Hey, Tamika.
And there's the hidden voice. Tell them who the hidden voice is.
Oh, you guys are hearing a voice. You hear. I actually only hear Doug. I don't see Doug. My husband is the other voice. So it's 3 of us here in the room. There's me and you. There's Doug that I can't see because normally on Zoom we can see each other, but this is a whole other thing. So he's hiding behind a computer so I can just hear him talking. And my dog is trying to get up my leg right now like a crazy puppy. So I'm wondering if I should hold her. Here,
okay, so while Colette's then doing
I'm gonna get the
that,
dog. Hang on.
I'm going to do a poll for everybody. And let's start this poll.
Here we go. Oh yeah.
Okay, and we're going to publish the poll. And basically all we're asking is what's your level of knowledge for Oracle cards? Experience, familiar, newbie? Oh, can you see the poll, Doug, going on?
We got a poll.
Yeah, I sure can. I can see all the results coming in live as people are clicking. So go right ahead, guys. This is exciting to see where everybody's at.
Here's Jan Dawson. Hey, Jan. Chantel. Connie from Merrittson, Florida. Wow, check this out. 12% experienced, 46%. You know, we usually notice it's about a half and half, right, Mark, with the familiar and the newbies, and a smattering of experience. But you guys are important too. Okay, British Columbia is in the house. Jerry Lynn from BC. Dana Manning. Hi, Dana. Oh, thank you that you think we're cute. I know, isn't he cute? He is so cute. Yeah, please do. Mommy is on a webinar jam. And you need to leave me alone and go sit in your donut, okay? Because nothing is happening here. There are no cookies and no toys.
Romantic.
All right, my husband's going to take the baby. Here you go.
Bye, Bizu.
Oh, my God. Okay, so check it out. 14% of you are experienced, 45% are familiar, and 41% are newbies. Actually, we're moving up here. So I forgot I had gum in my mouth. I should take it out. It'd be good. It's disgusting. Love the workshop, Mama Ra. I'm so happy. So listen, what we decided to do tonight for all of us is I want to explain to you why Oracle School exists. And you've heard some of my personal journey. I don't know if all of you actually watched the videos. So I thought I would kind of synopsize it here.
Pull off your glasses while you bring up.
Pull off my glasses?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I can't see.
Yeah, you're looking in the camera.
I'm looking in the camera now. That's right. Okay, so here's me without my glasses. My husband likes my other glasses. I love those. Okay, so I'm looking into the camera, which is rare. So I had an epiphany many, many years ago. And I had always been interested in Oracle cards and in tarot cards since I was a young teenager. Are you going to say something, Mark?
Yes. You know what? You didn't introduce Doug. I think.
Oh, my God. I have to introduce Doug. This is so sloppy. We're having our own personal Mercury retrograde on the full moon. And this is not how Oracle School goes, just so you know. It's a lot more organized. But anyway, the gentleman that you see with the blue hair is my I call Anna my right hand and Doug is my left hand. Doug is the co-facilitator and the actual head wizard of learning and development at Oracle School. You're going to see him on every call with me. He is my bestie. He is an Oracle expert in his that's at night.
Soon to be 24/7.
Always. And in the daytime, he is actually quite a famous leadership coach and executive coaching. So Doug and I have worked together off and on for like 20 years. He used to be my student, and then I trained him in my process and vision. Then I hired him to be my coach, and then he's done all kinds of things with me. He's been on a radio show with me on Intuitive Coach Radio. He was my co-host and co-play partner, and now he's my co-facilitator. here at Oracle School, and he is an extremely knowledgeable and loving guy. So he's somebody you're going to get to know really, really well. And his hair does change shades of blue, as does the room change to shades of pink. So you're always something new on the calls with us. Yes, Doug Rock. Hey, Stuart Kelly. We have a whole bunch of people in here who are already in Oracle School come in. So thank you for all your support, you guys. We're really happy when we see students who are already our students come in and hang out with us. So, and that would be really great too on the chat for the students who have had a really good experience to be able to, I am seeing the chat, to be able to speak about this during our time together. So I want to, now what, Mark? I see you're taking a breath. No, what did I not say?
No, everything's good. I think this is how we should do the format. Let's just start in with it. Oh, go ahead.
I would like to talk to them about why Oracle School exists, and then we're going to go through that. You want me to go through the thing?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to talk first. This is how it's going to go. Okay. Then we have this PowerPoint. I'm like really freaked out about PowerPoints, but I'm going to press the button, and you're going to see pictures, and we're going to go through the entire course with you to really help you understand. Doug and I together are going to talk about it. And then we're going to take your questions. And we have a ton of questions already that I think are really, really good. So first, let's pull a card, right, Doug? Let's start the evening by pulling a card for everybody.
I love that idea.
Right? What do you all need to know today about, with the Aries full moon, which is about courage, right? It illuminates the need for courage and taking a risk. Right. And I think that's what everybody does when they sign up for Oracle School is they take a risk to say yes to themselves at a really big soul level, because the lunar cycles are about the soul. It's the identity of your true, unique, authentic self. And that's really what we focus on in Oracle School. Doug, do you want to do the honors of picking the card?
I'm happy to, if you'd like, for sure. Yeah, I'll just pull one out here.
I'm going to pick one for these guys and you pick one. Hi, Ursula.
Perfect.
Ooh. You want to go first?
Yeah, I got by the book in upright. So definitely. So as we think about by the book, it's about, playing by, in some ways playing by the rules, but it's also about really just kind of going through the process and following the process that you've been on. And I like to, one of the things we teach in the program is in Oracle schools, we talk about starting with the book and letting your intuition come from there. So it's about abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs. And the idea here is talking about the universal laws, right? This is all about, and this is something we teach in Oracle School, is the universal laws, things like the law of abundance, the law of karma, the law of attraction. These laws we work in co-creative partnership with Spirit to create and to understand our own unique, authentic, and inspired life. So it's really allowing ourselves to be open to the laws that are at work all around us, really, as we partner with Spirit. So Colette, what about you?
Yeah, so it's about the courage to look at what those laws are, because I think what I love about that card by the book, I mean, I could have written an entire book on that one card, because there's two things. One, there's social conditioning. And remember that the full moon in Aries is also about illuminating what needs to go. So that's the other piece, right? So the full moon looks at what is exaggerated. So our conditioning, our social conditioning that prevent us from being limitless. We have limitations imposed upon us by society, by our upbringing, by our belief systems, etc. So this is challenging that. So it's asking you to have courage to challenge that as well. And then at the same time of learning a different set of rules, right? A different set of laws that we aren't taught in school, like the law of frequency and magnetism. So we go through all of that actually in Oracle School. Now, I love this card I got is Here and Now, because if you look at who you want to become, oops, my husband's going, am I doing it right?
Yes, put it up to the camera.
Wow.
Yeah, that's great.
You do it. Okay. I don't know. This is crazy. Okay. We're totally having fun here. So Here and Now reminds us we create our reality now, not tomorrow, not the next day. We don't plan for our future down the road. We claim it now. We don't allow the past to tether us and tell us that we are going to recreate the reality that we had in the past. We don't have to do that. And that's what the card Here and Now means. If that's about the full moon question of what do we need to align with and what do we need to discard? So we want to discard that which keeps us in the ghost lands of the ambition of the future that hasn't been realized, and the baggage and burden of the past that defines us in a certain way, and then we end up projecting that on everything. So this is everything that we teach in Oracle School. And it's a really good thing to think about today too, because this is the full moon. It is in Aries. It is about courage and risk-taking, and it is about self-reflection because it's the first sign in the zodiac, and it is in the lunar cycle. So it's asking us, what's our sacred yes? Not the personality sacred yes, it's the soul sacred yes. What is that? What is that to you? So that's the kind of question you'll be asking yourself. Now, we are focusing tonight's call on Oracle School and your experience in Oracle School, but also on everything that's going on right now that could be affecting you, because we are all here together in this little webinar, and also being affected by the same cycles right now together. And that's another reason why we put on Oracle School in October, so that we pass this, because every year at the new moon, it's a new moon in Aries. We finish the equinox, the autumnal equinox, and then we start Oracle School. So we do that very specifically to fall in alignment with these cycles so that you can get the most out of the natural cycle that you would be in as you establish a new pattern and a new journey for yourself. Now, yeah, and you can, and by the way, I know there's some students in here that, I know you. I know my husband. My husband just moved. He's like, now what?
Well, I think there's a lot of people who want to know either why
did I start over? Thank you. We're having fun. This is not easy, I will tell you. If you know how to, this is like hard for my, but we're doing really good.
and while the technology may not be the same in Oracle School, what I will tell you is the fun and the realness and the authenticity that Colette brings and that we try and keep in Oracle School is absolutely at the heart of it. It is truly the real and raw. It's why I followed Colette a long time ago as a student, but also why I love doing the work that we do together. So that part, the real fun part, that's us. We're that way all the time.
You know what? We're always the same. So like I am me. Like I'm the same me on stage as I am in the camera, as I am. I'm just me all the time. And you're going to get it through Raw because I am walking proof that this work actually works. So I built Oracle School as a legacy. And I came to a place in my career. I'd done very, very well as an intuitive. I've been doing this now for 30 years, solid every single day for 30 years. And even though I tried quitting, I don't know how many times, this has always been my calling. And I've had a lot of time over these 30 years to amass a lot of knowledge and wisdom. And at a point in my time, I just turned 60. So I'd said to my husband a couple of years ago, it was right at my Saturn return. I said, Mark, I really want to focus on one thing. I had a television show as a medium. I could have focused on mediumship. You know, I could have done other things. And I said, you know what really was the thing that saved my life and that I know is something that's beautiful and it's accessible to everybody is I really want to only focus on the oracles as a method of helping people find their unique, authentic, inspired lives in a way that no one's done before. And so, I spoke to Hay House and they, were thrilled. So I'm going to be doing quite a few. I'm very prolific. I've came up with lots of these ideas over the past 20 years, for example. And so I had a lot of them that were waiting to be born. But the point is that when and I'll just tell you quickly, 33 years ago this January, I got clean and sober. And I had a very, very tough time in my 20s, for those of you who don't know my story and you're new. I was gang raped when I was 19. I got into really bad drugs and I hated myself for really a long time in my early 20s. So I had a lot of violence, drugs, alcohol. And I hit bottom when I was in my early 20s, just after my 27th birthday. And I got clean and sober. Now, I had already been exposed a lot, of course, to this world because I was naturally this way. And I've had this more of a burden for my whole life at that point. And I had already, become very, very, very knowledgeable about the tarot, the I Ching, and runes, but I wasn't clean and sober, so it couldn't be used in a way that would help others. But I didn't really trust myself. And when I first got sober, I was really scared that I would go back to my old life. And so I started using my oracles for something that came to me naturally, which was for myself, which was to keep me on track and to show me I could be different, that I could love myself, that I was worthy, and eventually I started really trusting also that I had a partnership and a higher power. So all of those things for me came together. My recovery, my 12 steps, my oracles, they were hand in glove with meditation. So that has been part of my day-to-day life well before I picked up my first oracle card to work with people professionally. So I know what it did for me back then when I had no one to help me and no one to tell me how to use them right, in the right way. It was hit and miss, and I had to figure it out as I went. And now here we are 30 years later, or more than 30 years later. And I had said to, I called Doug and I said, Doug, what would you say if I decided to create an oracle school? Oracle school meaning to help people use oracle cards not as fortune telling devices, but as a method of a flashlight in the dark, a mirror that shows you everything that you don't know and you can't see, everything that's hidden from you, a communication device, ET phone home, you can always talk to the universe directly, and also a map and a GPS. What if that was all possible, and that it was true that we could create our own reality, that we weren't slaves to our conditioning, etc. And that is what I have learned in these 30 years. And I've become, in spite of myself, very successful in this field, and I've never gone after the success in this world at all. I've always wanted to be something else, and this came anyway. And so I knew at this stage of my life that I had a lot of wisdom to offer, and that we created a course, we structured it in a way that we know works. We've already taught it now a number of times. The kinks are out. We know exactly what works and what doesn't work. And so right now we know, and there's many people actually in here that are in here that are school students from the school that jumped on tonight to join us, which I love, that'll tell you that the experience has changed them. But it only works if you're willing to work it. And that's the thing too. And I really want to say this to those of you, and we're going to go through the whole PDF that my husband slaved at to make sure that it's fair. So I promise I will do the right thing now, Mark. But I just really want you to understand this is my passion. These are not doors that are going to close tomorrow. This wasn't a fly-by-night idea that I was just going to do this and I'm going to just go at because I'd be bored. I'd go do something else. This is my legacy. And I'm going to build this, and I want everybody, every person who feels a calling to work with oracle cards to know how to use them to support you in your own personal growth and to manifest your own destiny. Instead of predicting the future, we are going to create the future together, and it works. And sometimes it's, we bump up against ourselves, and that is exactly what we expect also. So should we go to the thing, or should I?
The PowerPoint?
The PowerPoint? Are we ready?
You're good to go.
Am I good to go, Mark? Okay. So here's the deal. I'm going to now figure out how to press the buttons my husband taught me to press.
Okay, so I'll start on my end here.
Okay, do I press where it says not questions? Okay. There's GCal and
no.
Okay, where is it?
Sorry.
He's actually very handsome. Want to see him? I don't know. Did you see him?
You're good to go. I'll just follow you. Okay.
Okay, awesome. Right. So let's go page by page, and then we have plenty of time to go through all your questions, by the way.
You can wear your glasses.
I wear my glasses? Thank you. Oh my gosh. Okay, ducky pinocchio. All righty. So you're going to notice here, it says that Oracle School is an 8-week online course that shows you step by step how to use Oracle cards to experience your magic and live your most fulfilling life. Let's talk about magic. Doug, do you want to say anything about that first, or do you want me to?
Well, I think it's so interesting that, hadn't thinking about your story again, Colette, which I've heard you share a bazillion times. And yet I realized that that's the role that Oracle cards played for me as well. Wow. When I got reconnected to Oracle cards is right after a pretty devastating personal experience where a good friend of mine and coworker actually, I got caught in some pretty bad situations and ended up taking his life and leaving some friends and family there. And what I realized is I didn't know how to make sense of that. And that's when I first reconnected with your deck, specifically with Wisdom of Avalon, the very first one. And it is something about this magic that both grounds us and expands us at the same time. It creates a connection point, at least for me it did, to my relationship with Spirit, my partnership with Spirit, but even more so to expand, to find the magic again in my life.
Because, I think that's really key what you said, to find again the magic in your life. We all know, I think the reason why we love Star Wars and we love Harry Potter so much If for those of you, I mean, we're Potterheads over here, but you might be Star Wars people, but both together is kind of our thing. And when I say that, it's because, you know, we see these magical stories, and Narnia was my other book series that you look at that and you go, you know that there's magic, but we don't seem to be able to access that in our day-to-day lives. And there's a reason for that. And I'm really talking a lot about what I have learned in terms of the research that I've done as well, too, about the concept of divination and where it came from. And I mentioned that today and a bunch of the videos. I'm not going to go into too much detail tonight, but this was something that we've all inherently had access to, this sense of magic and this connection that we have to every living thing in the universe and everything that is unseen, that holds, you know, this, it is a mystical, in omniscient sense that we are one with nature and with each other and with a power greater than us. That in the original, you know, original time when divination first was keep going. My husband says, it's like going, keep going. Let's talk about the thing. Okay. I'm telling you, it's like I have some, you know, like on those stages where they take the umbrella and pull the guy off the stage. And that's my husband.
The cane.
He's the cane. He's going like, come on, wrap that one up. Okay, fine. You can watch that conversation.
It all happens in Oracle School. All these things happening in Oracle School.
So we open up our magic, and that's the main thing is you start recognizing that the magic is everywhere. Now I'm going like this, Mark, and it's not changing. See?
Oh, because you opened up that thing. Oh, I did. Okay.
You did it.
No, I didn't do anything. Hold on.
What do I do?
Now you're good.
Sorry, guys. This
there
is
you
never.
go.
What do I do? This one or after
You're good?
or what? This
no,
one?
no,
Okay.
just this one here. Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. All right. So why is this not being a card reader or a psychic? And I think this is a question a lot of people ask because people do get a bit confused because I've made my living doing this and I'm known for that. And, you know, and I do make Oracle cards and a lot of readers work with Oracle cards, but this school specifically is not to teach you how to become a card reader for other people. You will learn how to do that anyway. That's kind of a byproduct, but that is not the purpose of this course. The purpose of this course is for self-empowerment. And yes, many of you will get way more psychic when you do this course because it's like going to the intuition gym. When you work with Oracle cards, it's like, seriously, it's like you keep opening up, opening up, opening up. But that is the byproduct to the course. It is not the course. Keep going. There you go. My husband. There you go. Okay, now we've got these perfectly, beautifully manicured nails. That is obviously not my hand holding me in a iPhone. So let's go around this circle. So what it is that you're going to learn. So we're going to learn how to use Oracle cards as a tool for empowered personal growth and self-mastery. That's why it's called personal mastery. You want to walk away knowing you create your own reality and that you're accountable for it and that you have the power, that you are empowered to change your life, that nobody does it for you and you're not a victim. How to ask the right questions. We teach you all of this in here. We teach you how your emotions influence your readings. What about your dominant energy, which we taught you in those video series that we offered you. And then, of course, the universal laws that Doug brought up earlier as well, too. We also go through mistakes. That's the other thing. We walk into Oracle School, no one's allowed to judge themselves. Right, Doug?
Absolutely. This is a judgment-free zone. We say that the opposite of judgment is curiosity. So we invite you to be curious. And one of Colette's favorite phrases is, "That's interesting."
So it is a curiosity zone, and that's the thing. You get to be new at something. We expect that. We want you to embrace that. So that's different than a lot of other learning environments where you're expected to know something and there's a test. We want you to experience something, and the way you do that is by being curious and not judging yourself as you learn about things that you kind of knew were always there, but you weren't sure. So you'll start to see that. And again, Oracle cards help awaken your authentic purpose. And this is all about Oracle School. This is personal mastery, helps you get in alignment with your authenticity. And that's the biggest piece. So there's three things that set personal mastery apart from other things. First, it's experiential learning. That the only way that you can really do this course is to experience the course. So the home play exercises, all the meditations that I've recorded, we don't call it homework, by the way. We don't scare people off. It's not homework. It's home play. And also being in the Facebook rooms with your fellow students that are learning and growing with you. Or if you're scared of Facebook, you don't want to be in Facebook, you can do it at home. but you're with us on the live calls or on the recording. So you're always doing something, and that's the experience. And you start to change naturally because you're a story in motion, and you start to evolve while you work the class. You get practical results because we know how to give you those. That's the course is created so that you will have an experience that we know is going to make a shift in you, even though at some point, like in the very beginning, it really is. It's like we take you from a tiny pot into a much bigger pot, and it takes a little bit for you to get your roots stabilized a bit. So you really, really, really will experience something that has made some big shift in you. And it's a community. You don't do it alone. So that is something that we love about personal mastery, especially the small groups that you have on Facebook. Everybody gets to know each other. It's like everybody's in those magical houses, and you start to see how intimate it becomes. It's a very safe environment to communicate in. We have very specific rules and guidelines of how people communicate in the rooms. It's not like Facebook where you could say what the heck you feel like. Nobody vomits in the rooms, and it's a really, really mutually supportive environment, which is why the community is so important to us.
I think too, Colette, if I could just comment on community, so many of us live in places where we may not have connections to other people that we can talk about these things. And so there are a number, having watched this program grow and watched the community grow, there are some lifelong friendships that get made in this program. And so, it is, especially if you're feeling alone and you're not aware of if you don't have people locally that you can connect with about your own journey in this work, this is a great place to find that community and to find those connections.
Yeah, it really is. What do you mean, Mark? Wrap it up? Is that what you're telling me?
Let's not spend too
much time. Okay, so
slide.
but I think they're interested. Okay, fine. Well, you told me to look at the slides. Here we go. There are training modules, live calls with me and Doug. Oracle School mentors are like lifeguards. And I know some of the mentors are in this call tonight, and they're amazing. These are students who volunteer. They're graduates that have done both level 1 and level 2, that are graduates of the full school, and that are really, really committed to your growth and your personal growth. So, but they don't jump in and do the work for you. That really messes me up. Don't do that. He's got the timer in front of me now. Like, okay, we're going to move on to the next slide because this is, so the modules, they can read the modules. They can ask me direct questions. All right. So my husband is making me do slides. Okay. But this is fine. I will go through this with you guys. Okay, we're going to go to a new beginning now. The module 1 really sets you up. It really gives you a foundation of what we're going to talk about in the whole course. You take a look, and remember I started talking about the past conditioning that doesn't need to define you. And all of us inadvertently recreate our past because our subconscious is geared that way, that we will always look for the familiar. So we show you a way how to circumvent that, how to move outside of those kind of hostage-taking stories that we have and we've told over and over again. At least we don't stay in them for very long. Recognizing patterns of synchronicity, it's so cool. And then we get you out of your victim story. How about that? Now let's go to the next one. Okay, you have 2 support systems that we really, really immerse you in module 2, which is really the cards, okay, the cards, how to work with the cards, and then spirit or the conscious universe or the goddess or God or whatever you call your higher power. We really show how they coordinate, right? How these 2 things coordinate, that it's you with this and these 2 tools, that you have a support here and a support there. And it's fascinating how we teach you how they actually work together. Then, how am I doing, Mark? Going faster now? Okay, good. And then, because I could go on forever on each of the modules. I mean, yeah, I know, you created a monster.
That's the school.
That's the school. That's the school part. Okay, practical magic. This is my favorite module, just so you know, and my most favorite name, because this is the one just before break week, which is when pretty much everybody that, has been resisting the changes in themselves goes, boo! And we really, really show you all these different unique tools. Right, Doug, about, when we talk about the practices, working with your deck, all different types of readings is what we teach you in this one. Isn't this the fun one, Doug?
Absolutely, it is, for sure. I'm busy responding to questions in the chat while you're talking too, so I am.
Which is good because I get very discombobulated by.
Yeah, you keep going.
Keep going. Okay. So now we're talking about the laws of the universe. This is something nobody else teaches when it comes to oracle cards, because what are you doing them for? You are doing them because you want to stay in alignment with your highest good. Well, if you're looking at manifesting your reality, then you have to understand that there are laws that work with you as part of that partnership with spirit. There's certain things that you can expect and certain things that you need to consider when you set intentions. So it's really about your intentions and how they actually work with the field, right? So that's, science calls it the field. When your intention hits that, that mirror, and how does it come back? And there are laws in which they will show up for you. So you really get a hang of that. It's amazing. Okay. Move along. Energy and others. Woohoo! This is a really good one because we talk a lot about empathy overload, and we show you how to manage your specific personal energy. We give you a lot of techniques how to manage that, how to separate yourself if you've gotten too much information from other people, how to know what is yours and what is theirs. And it's a really nice module that you're going to feel very good about after you do this one, because you feel very empowered by this. All the modules are empowering, and then we talk about bringing your magic into the world. Like on the last module 6 is, once you awaken your magic, you can co-create anything. And you've proven that to yourself by the time we hit week 8, because this is the end. We've had a break and then we take another break. You really have this down. You have seen synchronicities. You've recognized the world as an oracle. You've seen the cards speak to you. You so totally know this works. And that you know that you are an empowered person who can make a decision and set an intention and manifest something that is in your highest good, that can change your life for the better, and therefore the lives of others. And that's the simplest way for me to describe this, right? Did I do good, Mark? Okay, I'm getting points, brownie points for my husband. Okay, so we've got a schedule, and the schedule is right here. So everything that you need to know every single Monday is when we drop. We call it dropping. You get your PDF, you get your meditations, you get your information for the week ahead. Doug and I spend 90 minutes with you.
Let's not go over that. So
I have to slow down.
Yeah, no. So what we do is we release via email. Everybody gets an email with their passwords and all that to visit the platform.
There you go.
Where they get all the lessons on the online platform, downloadable PDFs. There's tons on there. It's beautifully designed, easy to navigate.
Very easy, and it's gorgeous. And we spent a lot of money to make it beautiful. It's gorgeous. When they sign up, do they get an email that invites them in there first?
Yes.
Because that's not here.
Yes.
So here's what will happen. And when you sign up, we have a ton of bonus videos for you to watch before school actually starts. And I really suggest you do that. There's so much to do already. Like if you signed up today, you have so much to do until the school starts. You will not be bored, trust me. So that's going to go out to you first, and then you'll get this schedule. It says here that we have a break, November 20th to the 26th.
So yeah, there's three courses on. Then we get a week off where you don't get a course.
And then there's
delivered
2, and then 2 modules, not a course. Yeah. And then another break, and then 1. And you need those breaks, by the way, and you'll understand that when you get in, because we give you time to integrate the content. And then we have another 2 weeks. Where everybody joins everyone else in the main hall, and the mentors go over that one more time with you guys, so that you really are immersed in the content. Then you can either move on into level 2, or you can go to our alumni room, and you can stay there as long as you want. It's
always open.
It's always open 24/7, and the classrooms are always open 24/7. So we really have thought about everything that could possibly support you. You have the live calls are always on a Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you can't make a live call, but you want to ask us a question, no problem. We have the main hall, right, Mark? It's all set up there. They can ask a question there, and we can answer your question there if you can't make the live call. So there's really everything you could think of. We thought of it. So Facebook is 24/7 now.
There is one live call on a Thursday because you're traveling on the Tuesday, and that's Thursday, November 1st. Is a live call on the 4th. On the break week, it's actually on the Thursday.
All right. Well, where am I going now? I did something bad. Okay. That's wrong.
Okay. This is go up.
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
Oh, you just had okay,
stop.
There's a black slide in there. Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Next.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry, guys. This is not how I teach in Oracle School at all. This is, my husband just told me we were doing this when we got in here because the other thing didn't work. Okay, here we go. Next. So this is your bonus gift. So here's the deal. Last year, we had a lot of problems with shipping. So rather than deal with that, excuse me, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, 3 times. Come on. Nope. Okay. Do not sneeze. Do not sneeze. Okay, so we're going to ask you, if you don't own a deck of Wisdom of the Oracle cards, you're going to go to Amazon or Hay House, and you're going to order them right away, and they're going to get delivered to your door, and then you're going to send us your receipt. And after the first 2 weeks of school,
they don't have to send the receipt. They'll just have to go into an online form, fill it out, and we refund them the price of what they paid.
There you go. You don't have to do that. So I don't know anything about receipts, but bottom line is we're going to give you your money back. So we're just going to send that to you. And that takes a while. We've got one person doing all that. So that should probably take a couple of weeks. And we're going to start refunding everything 2 weeks in, which I should mention too. There is a...
No, let's not go there
yet. Okay, fine. So I won't mention that. This is very structured and different for me. Okay, so bonus gift number 2. Oh, this is so great, you guys. Okay, so surprise, and you're the first ones to hear about this because it's not available yet, but you will get 3 months free in my membership, to my membership site, or it's called the Oracle Circle membership site. It's so cool. And I'll just tell you quickly what you get in that. And that'll start once you're done Oracle School. So if you want something to do, you get 3 free months for the membership site. And I do lunar cycle readings. I do 2 a month. I do a different one because it's a different, and then I do a brand new meditation that no one's heard before. And then there's a live webinar that will not be structured like this at all, just so you know. Once a month with maybe a special guest, etc. And that's only for the Oracle Circle members. So that's a very special membership. It's 20, what?
But it is not Oracle School.
Oh, it's not Oracle School. No. It's nothing to do with Oracle School. It's another thing, right? It's just another thing if you like Oracle cards and you want, connections to lunar cycles and things like that, and a webinar. It's nothing to do with Oracle School. It's not a substitute for Oracle School. It's a membership site for people who want more, and who are done school or who couldn't afford Oracle School or who just want to check out cards and do stuff with me. Okay. You guys get that for free. What else? Number 3. Oh, yes. Transformational guided meditation journeys. We created an app called Mindful Magic. And you download that on Apple, on iTunes, and on Android, on Google Play. And we will unlock all the meditations. It's an app, so all your meditations are going to be in one place, and you don't have to download them on your computer, whatever. It's always in your phone. Slap your headphones on and play around with the different meditations that I've made just for you. So that is there. And you'll notice that you can actually get it now, and you'll see the 5 free meditations that are there, and it'll say all the other ones aren't unlocked. They're unlocked. They're all locked. Sorry. And we will give you a special code to unlock the app once you join Oracle School. Okay. Then you have bonus gift number 4. You have lifetime access to the Oracle School alumni group. So whether you're in personal mastery, usually if you finish it and you become a certified Oracle guide, you have a different alumni group, but we have some place for you forever. And you also get your courses for life. Did we say that? Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Doug will agree. We have an event every single year called Oracle Palooza. And Oracle Palooza, Doug, is the coolest, most fun. I typically, I launch a new Oracle card deck. Everybody got the Spirit Animal card deck, the last Oracle Palooza. Nobody's got it yet. They got it months in advance. So we have all these special things that happen at Oracle Palooza. Doug, are you in there?
I am. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do all year long, and just unbelievable, the sense of community and the ahas and the breakthroughs that we all have actually together in that event.
And it's like a big, I've got all these really cool exercises and stuff that we all do together, and it's really unique and unusual. And all you guys who meet online, I'm telling you, like the tears that were flowing, and people are like hugging, people from Australia are grabbing their new American friends, and it's just so heartwarming. And we change it every year. One year we did it at Orlando, another one we did in Austin, and we're not sure where we're doing it next time, but you will be definitely told about that, and you get an 80% discount. So we're offering it at $9.97, and you get it for $197 if you want to come. Okay. Oh,
next slide.
Thank you. Okay. So we did this already. Oracle School Mentors Group Support, Guidance from Your Higher Power, and Ninja-like customer service. I love that line because we do. We have a lot of people working at the CBR brand, and a lot of people supporting Oracle Schools, big staff, and our customer service is amazing. You have to give us a little patience, but we love you and we care about your experience, and we're on it. One of my dogs is sleeping and making noises because she's having a dream. Oh yeah, money back guarantee. Let's talk about that. So let's talk about, first of all, why I don't want you to sign up if you don't think you're ready. It's no point. If you are too scared, you don't want to change, and if you just are like, I don't know, something, life is so bad, don't come at all. I don't want you to come. I want you to come if you're willing to take the risk and have the courage to be a better version of yourself and be more and to really tune into your magic. Those are the kind of people that I want in Oracle School. And the rest of you can come next time or don't come. And here's one of the reasons why we have a money back guarantee and why we barely had anybody quit last year, except for a few people who, I don't know, got sick, husband died, I don't know what happened. It's 14 days from the day school starts. You will know in 2 weeks, because the first 2 weeks are the ones that'll test you. If you have the balls to keep going or the desire to really keep pushing with the magic. 14 days, you have to prove to us, we have to see that you've actually worked the course. Otherwise, don't come. So you know how there's sometimes you get, I'm going to join a course and just join the course. Just be serious about joining this course, because we know it works and we know you're going to love it and fall in love with yourself, because that's the point. You will fall in love with yourself and your life. And if you're not ready to fall in love with yourself, wait till next time. Okay. Next slide. There's a lot of slides. My husband really did a beautiful job here. Okay, not for you. That's right. This program is not for you if you don't believe in any form of higher power, if you aren't willing to look at yourself and self-reflect, if you want to stay a victim and you want to blame everybody else. And trust me, I had every reason to be a victim. I was victimized. And I am not a victim today. And I can tell you right now that not one of my stories shows me as a victim. And if you have that and that is something you want to release, you can do this in Oracle School. But if you want to hold on to that victim story, that blame story, don't come. It's not for you. Yes, if you want to promote yourself or use the school as a way to show off and be, somebody, don't do that. Like, that's not going to work either. And if you don't want a new experience, but pretty much, if you're here now, it's right for you, because it is right for you if you know there's more than the mundane, that there is magic. And if you're willing to dive in it and really, really, really explore your dreams and make them come true, this is the place for you. And if you're really excited to be part of a community and be one amongst many that are like-hearted and fun and also, really mutually supportive, and you want to feel empowered. If you want to feel empowered, this is the place to come. Okay. More, the money. Yes. Okay. Well, there's a lot of slides, Mark.
This is the last one.
Okay. And then we can do your questions. This is the part I like doing. Okay. One payment, $997. 3 payments, $366 times 3, or 12 payments of $99. We made it affordable for everybody. Obviously, the 12 payments will be a little bit more expensive if you do that. If you can do the one-off and one done and whatever it is, it's better. But it's not, if that's what you can afford, then it's worth it. I do sometimes the payment plans for me. I like to take courses. It's just easier, it's just easier over time if you know that that's available to you. We just want to make it easy for everybody to join us. And now is the time. End of slide slow. Slide slow. Okay, now Mark, will you show me what I have to do now to see the questions? And I need some water.
I will go get some.
Thank you.
And your questions are right
Canadian,
here.
no. Okay, no, it's US dollars. I'm explaining something to you guys about the dollar value. All our staff is American. Everything is done out of the US. And that is the currency, the common currency. Because we have students from 26 countries, everything works off of the US dollar, which is international currency, that main dollar. So it changes if you it's kind of hard for the Canadians because Canadians hear the word dollar and think it's more expensive. It's actually not more expensive. That is the value of that dollar value. So that it's 997 US dollars.
What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put up the link for anybody who's wants to join up now.
Okay.
They can go to the enrollment page while we're answering questions. We put up the link and they can go there, and I will go out and get Colette's water.
I can't do this without water. Okay, so Rita Dilio, after completing Oracle School, are the cards for my personal use? Can I also help other people? You sure can. Or be able to use the cards myself or others. So if you take, first of all, let me tell you something. The Shared Wisdom, which is level 2, which is a 6-month course after this one is done. If you get you become a certified Oracle guide. So we know that you've experienced the Oracle experience, the oracular consciousness of the universe. You will be able to know enough. But Doug, right? You've been doing it. Nobody certified you to do readings for other people, and nobody certified me either. Like it's not right. Like we're not going to make you a card reader. That therefore I say you can read cards. You do what you want. If you're called to it, right, Doug?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is about really connecting with your own internal intuition. And that, again, we use the term co-creative partnership with spirit. That's what it's really about, is connecting in that way with your soul, with your co-creative partnership with spirit, to kind of do that work internally for yourself.
Yeah, and then if you're called, and I mean, listen, I just got up one day. I was an aromatherapist, and I remember, doing a reading on somebody that just came to me, and then I had my cards with me. I said, well, let's check and see if it's correct with the cards, and that's basically how I started my career. So it's like nobody can tell you whether you can and can't. But this is about this for you. But yeah, you might be so excited and intrigued that you want to do this with other people, and nothing is going to stop you from doing that if you're called to it. Oh, thank you, honey. My husband got me a cold. Ooh, that's a colder bottle. Thank you. Okay, so yeah. Now, Diane Ansack asked a really good question. She says, I'm very interested in joining Oracle School, but I'm not on Facebook. Is Facebook an important part of your program? Here's the deal. A lot of people don't like Facebook. Let's be honest. I don't particularly like Facebook either. The only reason I love Facebook is for my classrooms. Quite a few people don't sign into the classrooms because they just don't want to be on Facebook, and that's okay. Or you create a profile specifically for the class, and you don't invite friends. You don't have any friends, basically. You just come into class with that if you want to be in a small classroom. But the course will still be really effective for you. I have a very good friend that never once went into a classroom. She's my friend now. I didn't know she was my student, so I didn't know she was in the class. And we ended up working on a project together. She goes, I've been your student. And I was like, really? So she goes, I had the best time, and she never went to a classroom. So it's really up to you about how you want to experience the course, but you do not have to go into a Facebook room. Absolutely not. And our main hall is not on Facebook. So our main hall is on our website. So I will be posting on the website, the main hall, bulletin board, everything is there. So really you can just keep in touch with the course on the actual, what we call the platform, right, Mark? Oracle School platform? I need to take some water. Thanks. Hang on. Doug, why don't you answer a call while I drink? Why don't you answer a question out loud?
Yeah, for sure. So Elena McIntyre asked, in the Oracle School course description, it says that Oracle cards are included in the enrollment price. Do I get them when I join? And is this a physical deck or an online deck? And as we shared earlier, we require students to use Colette's Wisdom of the Oracle deck. It is the best deck for this particular course, we feel. And so as a result, what we do is we provide you with the opportunity, as Colette said, if you sign up, you buy the deck, and we recommend you buy it on Amazon, and then you can go into the form, fill it out, and you'll get a refund for that. So just know that will happen as well. So that's what we recommend.
And the reason that we do it, so everybody knows, is that the shipping can become logistically a nightmare. That already. You did?
I did. He wasn't watching. Okay. Yes, because of the shipping. So if you're in Norway, you can buy my cards, which, by the way, are in Norwegian. If you want them in Norwegian, you can get them there. You can get them in English. So in your own country, the Amazon there, the UK, it's just much easier for you to get it shipped.
Australia's
at book something, Booktopia,
big,
or
big pond or
big
big
pond
fish.
or something like that. Yeah. Melissa said, I've recently purchased your book, Uncharted. Does that cover the same information that's taught in Oracle School? No. And there's nothing. Well, I mean, everything I teach has some relationship to everything else, but no, we don't. It's two separate animals altogether. How much time do I need to set aside for Oracle School? What do you think there, Doug? I mean, the real keeners put in a couple hours a week. Wouldn't you say that? Like,
yeah, our live calls are typically 90 minutes. And so when we get together every week, and so I would say it's about 3 hours a week, 90 minutes with us, and give yourself 60 to 90 minutes to watch the videos with Colette and to do some of the work and kind of do some of the home play activities. But definitely it's at least a 3 hours a week kind of gig.
Well, spread out, right? So remember, you might
for sure.
one day, you know, when you got up in the morning or at work, but once you get into this, it's like, we actually have to the reason we have breaks is because people get so obsessed and excited that we're like, okay, now we got to breathe. Isn't this amazing? Yes, magic is everywhere. Now let's take a breath, take a break, come back. So that's kind of, we've seen this already. Like, people are at work at first, it's like, wow, that's a lot of time. And then they're like, oh my God, this is so great. And they, anyhow, you'll see when you get in there. What type of people join Oracle School? Okay, so here's the deal. I'm a no-nonsense kind of person. There's no BS in Oracle School. People who join Oracle School like my kind of teaching. It's real and raw, and we are very, very clear about our boundaries, how we support you, and it's people who love Oracle cards and who want to change and who believe that there's magic and that there's a higher power. So there's a spirituality that is inherent in all the students. Even though everybody comes in, they get to be themselves. There's all kinds of religious backgrounds and cultural backgrounds. I mean, we're a very diverse group. So, you'll see once you get in that we're every persuasion under the sun. It's that our common purpose is to create a better life and get into a partnership with spirit and to connect to the universe and use Oracle cards as a method of getting us where we want to go. So, is this affordable? I don't know. It is. We have the payment plans. We just showed you that. Do we get time with you live online? Yes. There's 90 minutes, but it's not going to be one-on-one online. It's a group call. Sometimes we do, right, Doug? We bring students up.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly later on in the call, we're monitoring the chat as I'm doing here. I'll often ask questions for folks, and we sometimes will bring people up to do readings with or to do role play with, even, or real play, as we would say.
Yeah, real play. And in level 2 in shared wisdom, there's a lot of hands-on stuff. So you'll see. It's a like I said, it's a community, and of course you have your mentors. Then there's Anna. I don't know if you saw her, Anna Sather, who's our headmistress of magic and transformation, and she goes in the rooms and you talk to the mentors. It's a lot of connecting with us. What is the difference between tarot and oracle cards? Tarot is a fixed system, always going to be 78 cards. I created the good tarot, which is a kind of modern psychological take on the medieval tarot. But oracle cards are a fluid system that changes per deck, or the theme of the deck and the author that created it. Now, you need to know my cards are all created with a specific lexicon, which is a vocabulary that is a synthesis of ancient divination systems, of which I'm an expert in. So there's a lineage and a background to this content that we're offering you. So we know it works. And anyway, so we only work with the oracle cards in this one. Are there men in Oracle School? Yes. Not a whole lot of men. We'd like more. Well, how many percentage did you think, Doug? 10, 15% men?
Well, I forget that you can't see me on the camera, but I just kind of put my fingers up and pointed at me like, yeah, the beard, like this one, maybe. And we have a few. I would say we always have it between 5 and 10 in the program. So definitely some, some men that are really doing their own work, honestly. And I think that's one of the things that's what it's all about.
And the guys that are getting less afraid, and actually we've noticed that the guys that hang around the first time will join the second class. So we're getting more men, and we really love that we are getting more men. Can I mix 2 or 3 decks together? That's not part of our program, the beginning of the program, but we sure talk about that in shared wisdom. So you can, but that's not what Oracle School, like at least personal mastery, is going to offer you. What is the schedule? You have that. Do I have to be intuitive to work as a professional psychic to enroll in Oracle School? Absolutely not. We have people who have come in. Actually, the woman who runs the school never saw an Oracle card before she started working with me 3-4 years ago. So you can come in and never have ever picked up an Oracle card. And we also have professionals in the school that have been able to do readings for others, but have never been able to learn the kind of methodology that I teach about using it for their own personal growth and development. So pros will come in and learn a different way of using the oracles altogether. So you're all beginners, basically. Everybody's a beginner. I've been reading oracle cards for a long time. Will it be too basic for me? There's no such thing as too basic in Oracle School. What would be my biggest takeaway? In doing the work, I think you're going to see yourself with very different eyes. I think you're going to see that you're more capable of things that you always thought were beyond your reach. I think you're going to realize that you don't have the same limitations that you did. I think you're going to fall in love with yourself. I think you're going to stop being a victim. I think you're going to be able to really co-create something for yourself that's amazingly magical. And you're going to know that the world is magical and that you are always being witnessed by a power greater than you that loves you and that is invested in you. And that's what you're going to take away. Do I need to do Oracle School at certain times, or can I access the material anytime I want? You do the course with us, but you have the access to the course for life. You will always have access to this. Like if you want to do the course yourself over and over again, you can. If you want to do it again with a new group next year, we charge a very small fee for students to come back again, and we always have repeat students. So
I think it's important to note too, Colette, that we have students from all over the world, all different time zones. And so there are people that are not ever able to make live calls just because of the nature of they're in bed. Now, some of them do get up in the middle of the night to do the calls, but you don't have to be on the live calls. They're all recorded, and the same experience happens whether you're on the live calls or not. But what we really hope that you'll do is just know that there will be people in the Facebook groups and other places where you can connect with them anytime. That's what's so great, is it really becomes a 24/7 community.
And that's really cool too, because you can actually get to know people in a different time zone and give feedback to each other. If they're like, we also, you have to give permission to give feedback, and you start to get to know each other. So I know that I definitely have seen an Australian fall in love with an American and meet their best friends just from meeting online, even though they were never at the same time zone at the same time. They would give each other notes and stuff. But when I say fall in love, I didn't mean like romantically, but it's like great friendships happen because we talk about really meaningful things in there. It's not fluffy bunny. This is not about that type of magic. This is about deep, meaningful, graceful life. Enrollment ends. People ask, when does enrollment ends on? When is it? Thursday night at midnight Pacific Standard Time?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we doing good, Mark?
You're doing fantastic.
Excellent. I'm sorry I was all glitchy in the beginning. I'm like, Okay, what happens if I want to keep studying with Colette? You get to keep studying with Colette because I'm always coming up with new classes, and we actually have other classes, and we're going to be having some electives over the next couple of years that we're going to be adding. So there's all kinds of ways that you can keep studying. And if you want to keep hanging out with me, there's always the membership site after you're done with the course if you don't want to move on to level 2. I'm not able to take the class now. Will it be offered again? It's offered at the same time every year. So as I said, after the equinox, the autumnal equinox, and after the new moon, or usually the full moon, is typically when this course starts. So it's around the same time every single year as we start to actually provide you a natural flow of your story and motion so that you can get the most out of the course. So it's like when school starts. You mentioned yesterday you can get a different deck if you already had Woto. Yes, still true. I didn't change my mind from yesterday. No. So for example, let's say you have this deck, but we did promise you that you could buy a deck of mine. So you can pick any deck that I've created except Spirit Animal and Mystical Shaman. We cannot give you those decks, but if you want like Wisdom of Avalon, or if you want the Enchanted Map or Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, because we will, especially if you go into level 2, we work with all of my decks. So you're going to want to, perfectly happy if you say, I have Woto, I'd like this one. If you have all my decks, just get another Woto and give it to somebody as a present. Would you honor the Oracle cards refund if I buy them? Yes, of course. Physical Barnes and Noble, of course we will. Absolutely, we will. We will honor everything from you. So where's the chat for me, Mark? Can I see the chatty people?
No, just Doug and I are going to monitor this. So that if people have questions about Oracle School, start dropping them into the chat.
Right. Can I see the chat?
You can, but it's the wrong page.
Where is it? You can just show me.
Okay, go behind it.
Behind it? Can I get out of this one?
Yes, you can.
I can now. Okay.
And
yes.
Go to the next tab over.
Webinar.
So there are some questions coming in, Colette, about the membership site. And what I'll just say is that we're going to talk about that later, but just know it's coming, and we're very excited about the new content coming to that. Separate and different from Oracle School, but stay tuned for more information on that. We're not going to share too much more about that today, I don't think, but know it is definitely coming.
Robert asked something important. Does this class offer certification? So if so, what is the governing body? So this is not, if you're asking a question of whether the governing body, I had a school called the Master Intuitive Coach Institute, and I certified coaches. But this is not that kind of school, Robert. This is an experiential learning institute where we certify you as a certified Oracle guide that is a representation of your personal growth. So this is not a professional certification by any means, nor are we offering that.
But you always say too that no one ever gave you permission.
Nobody gave me permission ever anyway. So this is this kind of, this isn't one of those uptight kind of, it's not one of the same institutions that it's not a traditional institution. I paid for the course on August 16th, have not received any information. Oh, so Lou said, when is that all coming out?
That's the Oracle Palooza person?
Were you in Oracle Palooza? Oh, yeah. So you must have got it super early.
Okay. Yeah. Everything's coming this week for the Oracle
Everything is
Palooza.
coming out this week.
Next week, not this week.
Thanks for being friends with Deborah Silverman. Yes, my very best friend. Colette and Mark, you're so cute together. Yes, we are. Okay, so let's see. You love the layout of Oracle School site. Isn't it gorgeous? I mean, really, we spent so much time and effort and design, and I wanted it to be sophisticated and beautiful. Yeah, it's amazing. It is one of a kind. Hi, Maria. Okay, so Carol, Colleen, it's worth it to get all the decks. Yep. Okay, let's just see who else wants to say it. Donna, Kimberly, will you tell more about the membership site? We will send that to you after Oracle School has started already. Colette is used to not wanting to leave. No, I know who this is. It's Shelly Sagan. We love she, Doug, Anna, our tribies. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like Doug and I are going to be spending a lot of time in 2019 creating new courses together. So we're going to sit down, and we have to wait till his day job goes away and he can just be this all the time.
December.
That's right, for your birthday. So we're going to have a lot to offer beyond what's there already, but we don't let anybody take an elective from us. We do have the Good Tarot course, and we have the Envision process until you go through Personal Mastery. So if you don't go through Personal Mastery, you won't get to do those other ones yet. So, okay, there's Brian. Want me to do what?
I'm going to send him to the link to the enrollment page again.
Okay. Oh, there's Gina Maria. Oracle sisters, we've never met. We love them deeply. Hey, Gina Maria. Mary Elizabeth. All my favorite people are here. Look at this. Shelley. Robert asked a really good question, though. Robert, I would love you to ask me another smart question. I like people who ask me smart questions. Camille, as I've been learning the past few weeks, I'm challenged by finding or understanding a specific message associated with my question or getting my 3 cards with your weekly reading. Yes, Oracle School will help with this, Camille, and so that you'll understand that it is not generic, that it will be able to, you will figure out which part of your life that it applies to. Now, remember, you will be looking at your dominant energy. So cards will speak to a larger dominant energy as well as a specific question, but we teach you how to do that and how to get an intimate answer. It is an amazing group of humans. Yay, Mary Elizabeth. Certified Oracle Guard and a mentor. Yes, you are. Can you believe it? And you run the Good Tarot room too. It's a great mix of backgrounds. Yep. Look at all these awesome. I'm asking the birthday fairies. I love this, Stuart Kelly. You're so cute. The cost is out of my range at the moment. Are there scholarships? Okay, so let me talk to you about the scholarships. So we actually have already given out a few scholarships. We don't advertise our scholarships. So we kind of go through from the time before. We're very picky about who we give a scholarship to. That's one of the reasons why we're creating a membership site that makes it more affordable for people who can't come to Oracle School, but who still want to have some connection to the work that I do. We tend more to offer scholarships for people who go into shared wisdom that we think will make good mentors, etc. So this is our process. It's not again, so we've already given out our scholarships for this year. Anyone with questions about the class? Would you honor the Oracle? Yes. True newbies. No, the newbies actually are amazing. You guys like ace it. When you don't know anything, the less you know, the better. You have to unlearn things in here. There's Brian. Oh, there's Anna. Stuart Kelly. Look at all you guys. All right. Who are new? Who are looking to play on Oracle School? All I'm seeing right now is a whole list of students that we already love. I just love this. Oh my God. This is so great. I'm a spiritual channeler. I love you. Yes, it will deepen your connection, Audrey. Most definitely it will. You will notice that unbelievably. We actually had some people who became mediums as a result of going through Oracle School that they weren't even expecting that. So again, that's not the purpose of it. It's the byproduct. The byproduct is you being more authentic and having a greater connection to the universe. Are you putting in the enrollment links,
just
Mark?
tell them to go to workshop.colettebaron-reid.com.
Workshop.colettebaron-reid.com /
Oracle School, all one word.
Man, you have to have such a
dash
long thing.
enrollment.
Oracle School / enrollment.
I know.
Can you put it somewhere they can see it?
Yeah, I think.
Okay, we're gonna put it in the chat. Yeah. My husband's gonna put that thing in the chat.
Oh, Doug, can you put that in the chat,
Doug
please?
can put that in the chat. Okay. Now Q&A only. When you read, I mentioned you a different deck. Hearing that, what I pretty much read and knowing my personal growth where I'm at stage where I do teach, share the same belief, and knowing I love Colette's energy and laugh. I would like to know what else do I need to know about this class for my highest good. I'm still hesitating. You know, Natalie, I am not going to hard sell you on this. I think you have to feel like, I think sometimes we hesitate because we know something is going to be unfamiliar to us, but you have to ultimately at the end of the day decide. And I don't like being that pushy salesperson, like, oh, you should do this, because I think you have to make that decision yourself. And if you have some hesitation, just pray on it. You have until Thursday night at midnight Pacific Standard Time. There's no rush for you to decide. And maybe you should ask yourself, what is the nature of your hesitation? And that would be useful for you. And if you can do a card or something, I can pull a card. Oh, that's interesting. It's the work. Okay, so I pulled a card for you. I hope that's okay because I didn't, ask for permission, but I just pulled a card. It says chop wood. So the hesitation is the work. That's like, what's the nature of her hesitation? And it's going to be work. It means you have to work on yourself a little bit, but it's playful too, and it's way more fun than you think. So yes, it's work. What is the
Colette?
Yes.
There's a question that's come in. I just think it would be helpful for you to answer. Someone's saying, how does this course differ from other courses like Dorian Virtue's courses or other courses that are out there on Oracle cards? Just kind of what makes it unique to you?
Well, first of all, I have nothing to do with Dorian Virtue. Let's just call that one out. So let's just do that. I teach personal growth with Oracle cards. I don't teach how to become Oracle card readers. I don't teach anything the same way as any of my colleagues. It doesn't mean that their way is wrong. It's just very, very different. What makes it different is what I've described to you. They don't teach the way I teach. Their cards are not the same as mine. Like I said, mine are based very specifically in a lineage that is an ancient divination systems mushed together to create this beautiful system that I'm offering you for you. So to differentiate, it's also personality. Like you have to kind of choose your teacher and feel that you can respect where they're coming from and that you would feel in alignment with them. But yeah, our courses are very, very different. I mean, there's not even apples and oranges. That's apples and donkeys. Okay. Not that I'm saying that they're donkeys at all. Okay. I didn't mean that. That sounded bad. What is the full school? Is that more than this course being offered? We're only offering personal mastery because everybody has to do the foundation course. Then we're going to offer you, if you want to come to the longer course, which is a 6-month course called Shared Wisdom, and will blow your mind if you want to do it. And those people are the ones that graduate as certified Oracle guides. That's an amazing course. But we're not going to talk about that until after this course is over. And there's, you might want to stay for a year and not do it or not. Like, really, we just want you to decide if it calls you. It has to call from your heart and your soul. It doesn't, I'm not going to sell you on it. You're going to get there when you get there. That's why we're not offering it yet. Okay. Anybody else? And I'm sorry I was being a little defensive on that. I just felt like, whoa, don't compare me to those guys. It's like, I'm actually okay, can I be honest? I am a snob. Want me to really be honest? I am a real snob. I have collected tarot and oracle cards for years. I had over 100 of them. And I have tested so many different systems. And I'm a snob, and I think mine are the best. Although I do like I do love some of the other ones. I do. But it's like, for me, I know I can guarantee you that I'm giving you a quality product that I know works.
Can I say, from my perspective, Colette, just real quickly, I think this is a course that, if you think of this as a course that is just about oracle cards or just about cards, you will miss the life-changing impact that it will have on you. Because this is a course and a program. Oracle School is a program, and Colette and I have now seen this with several classes and alumnus that have gone through the program, that changes people's lives. And the reason that people are on the call today is because that's what's happened for them. So the cards are a way to do that. They're the tool that Colette, as she described in her own journey, has found to make it, to help her in that process. It's the same thing that helped me in my own journey, but it's about using the cards in a way to really have a shift in our lives in a way that we feel empowered, that we feel connected to spirit in our co-creative partnership, and we are aware of how do we gain that sense of personal mastery. It's not just about reading the cards or working with the cards. It's about changing your life. And if you're really up for that, then sister, brother, this is the class for you. If you want just cards, there's lots of other places for that. But this is a life-changing opportunity for folks.
I love Stuart. Carla says, is meditation part of this program? Oh, you betcha. Meditation, especially one specific meditation that we help you get into the observer, we do teach you a very specific process. So yes, especially if you have a strong meditation practice, you will take to this like a duck to water. Most definitely. Personal mastery first, shared wisdom. Yes, Lisa went to shared wisdom. Blow your mind. It's true. I don't know how else to say. It's like, it will blow your mind. And there, Ursula, I love that you said that there's enough material in this course for a lifetime. You can keep taking it again and always find something new. And that's true too. That's why we keep offering the same course to students. If they want to take it again, you can always take the course you took again. But because you're not the same person that you were, if you do it once, you've changed so much that when you go to it again, you're now at a new level, you up level and you become more aware, and there's more of you. You've got this expanded awareness that is very different than when you came in, and you're viewing your life very differently. So you come to it from a different place in your life too. That's why people keep coming back and they never quite leave, and we don't want them to leave. Okay, so if you match, you most probably would like the course. I'm not sure if you mean what you're meaning, Marie. Explanation of scholarships. Yeah, it's like, Deborah and I, yes. Spiritual calling in business tips. No, we don't give you tips to have a spiritual business in this course. Maybe at some point we will. There is a course going to be offered by Hay House. It is a card reader course where they talk about business and stuff, but we don't talk about that here. This is a personal development course. But, you end up meeting other people who are pros in the course, because we do have a bunch of people who actually became pros as a result of, they just, and I told them, you don't need my permission, just go do it. Where's that Robert who asked so many good questions? Align equals match. Oh, align, right. Each time you review the material. Look at Stuart Kelly. I love this. Oh my God. Can I just jump in now, please? I know I've done it before, but man, I want to 5 minutes. You can come in again. Of course you can. You can repeat the course when it is offered again for a fee. Correct. It's $97. Is it not? What is it? $97 if you want to do it again.
You get all the live calls.
You get everything. Brand new live calls, brand new PDFs, everything that's updated. Like, we have an entire new video library this year that nobody has seen. None of the students from last year has seen all these videos because I've done them all. So everything is brand spanking new. So I upgrade everything. So you're paying a nominal fee for the administration, etc., and you get your own room and you get to see us live. So it's just like, yeah, so you take the course again, but we only charge you $97. Victoria, we did beta. Yeah, personal mastery. It was totally different. Yes, and actually, there's quite a few students who have been in here since I decided I wanted to try it. And I put a beta class together. And a beta class means I charge basically next to nothing. And I test out my ideas on the students. And so we had over 300 students that signed up for the first beta class. And now some of them are still here and are now mentors and whatever. So we change it all the time. And that's my goal, is to always provide you with a better education. And I upgrade it according to the things that I learn and that I've researched, et cetera, too. I am also a science nerd for those guys who care. So, you know, Doug and I talk a lot about the quantum physics-ish pieces of this and how it actually can change, because in fact there is, you know, peer-reviewed information about how this actually does work with us and how we can change our subconscious and how we do fire up new gene expressions and we become new people. We really can. It's fascinating. Okay. So I think, are we about, you answered the DV question exactly what I thought. I know, I didn't mean to be like that, but it's like, I think too much of a statement, a couple hours ahead of this, not sure if you received it. That's Margaret. Yeah, I think it's just really key that I know this works. Oh, sorry, I'm forgetting that I'm in camera. I'm just, you know, pick up my nose. My husband's going like, no. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Yeah, like, look, you know what? Don't ever compare yourself to other people. Don't compare teachers. We're all different. You know, we're all different. We come to this from different life experiences. And you are getting information from a teacher who has had a tremendous amount of grief in her life. And I've been completely impoverished, completely poverty stricken. You know, I know what it's like to be without anything. I've been a victim. I've been, you know, I'm like the president of the Me Too movement, whatever, you know, but the main thing is that I am a different person today. And so I want to show you what I did. And it doesn't have to take you a long time to get, I really have created this solution, if you will, or the formula. You just have to be willing to do the formula. And it's fun because Oracle cards are fun, right? They're so fun. Okay, let's take a couple more, and then I think we should call it a night. It's 20 after 8.
Hey, Colette, we had a question that came in from Victoria that I've responded to, but I want to just kind of get some highlights for her. She's curious about taking a course. She's just had lost her husband a few months ago and worried about being able to be to concentrate and to be focused. Have any thoughts about that, going through these big life changes like that?
Yeah, you know, there's women, listen, there's been a few people who have come into the course that have lost their spouses and have divorced. They're in the middle of messy divorces or whatever. And, you know, and so what we say is, because you're coming in a group that's very supportive and you don't have to leave, do you know what I'm saying? So you go at your own pace. And that's what's really key here, is that you take it piecemeal, you experience the course as you're able to, and there's no time limit for you. Like, we don't come after you and say, you're not on module 3 yet, and you go at your own pace. Stuart will tell you that. I don't know. Where's Stuart? Stuart. He took it that way. I mean, he started it later. Like, you know, like you there you are. Okay, yeah. So, oh my God, you're at 1:20 a.m. here in Scotland. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, he's up, and so there's some, like, he was one that took a time. You know, he decided he was going to take a little longer to do the course, and so you take as much time as you need to feel what you need to feel and to move into the new life that you want to create for yourself. But for sure that the grief is something you have to go through. I'm so sorry for your loss. I really am.
And Colette, the link for the enrollment page is at the top of the chat.
Okay, the link for the enrollment page is at the top of the chat. Yes. Okay. All righty, guys. Oh, look at this. Yep. Mary Elizabeth said her 35-year marriage ended and she enrolled, and it was amazing. So okay, as I mentioned before, we're very, we love you guys. I have to get up early tomorrow to do a Facebook Live for the same people if they want to come back. So listen, if you guys, I think you should go to sleep. Think about any more questions that you might have. Maybe I didn't answer them all.
No, they need to go buy the course now.
Oh, yeah, buy the course now. What am I saying? Oh, my God. Like, can you tell I'm not a salesperson, right? Like, I'm like, if they're going to come, they're coming. I'm like, I believe in attraction rather than promotion.
What's that?
What am I saying? You wouldn't believe all the good stuff that's in there if you do it now. Right. Go enroll now. That's right. What a goof I am. Oy vey. Okay.
I think, Colette, maybe you were projecting. You need to go to sleep. Maybe that's what I want.
That's right. I need to go to sleep. There you go. And that's right. Right, Stuart? You need no point in rushing it. You go with the flow here. Basic question, what are Oracle cards? Well, you will find out, Victoria, if you decide to join us. Oracle cards, go watch those 3 videos because they would have explained to you what Oracle cards are. And yes, coffee tomorrow. Yes, you guys. Okay. If you want to enroll now. Don't wait, obviously. And I'm still going to be on Facebook Lives tomorrow at the Insiders Group. And I'm going to have the 4th day with false eyelashes on. For the first time in my life, I've been able to put them on. I thought I would share that with you.
So what I'll do is I'm going to keep this open so people can read through the chat and also click on the link at the top if they want to enroll.
Yeah.
And but Colette and Doug are going to jump off, and we wish you a really good night if you're in Eastern time zone, and even the.
I'm tired, and everybody else who's still awake, that's good too. And
hello, Australia in the future.
Australia is in the future, so we love to tell us how tomorrow is. We'd love to know. I'm a little punchy now.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thanks, Doug. Thanks, everybody. And thank you all to the Oracle School students who came and hung out with us tonight. Thank you so much. Mwah. Bye, Maria. Bye, Laura. Bye, Anna. Bye, Holly. Bye, Gypsy Rose. I love you guys so much. Isn't this great? They're so awesome. Okay, do I turn it off now?